The Beast of Black Hollow. Prologue. Black Hollow was a secluded village nestled deep within an ancient forest. For centuries, it had been a peaceful place, untouched by the troubles of the outside world. But the villagers knew of the dark legends that surrounded the woods, tales of a monstrous creature that prowled the night, preying on the unsuspecting. Few had seen it and lived to tell the tale, but those who did spoke of glowing eyes, razor-sharp claws, and a hunger that could never be sated. Chapter 1. The Newcomer. Ethan Graves was a newcomer to Black Hollow. An urbanite seeking solace in the quiet countryside, he had moved into an old cottage at the edge of the forest, hoping to escape the hustle and bustle of city life. The villagers welcomed him warmly, but warned him to stay indoors after dark. Ethan dismissed their stories as mere superstition, relics of a bygone era. Chapter 2. The First Signs. One night, as Ethan was unpacking his belongings, he heard a distant howl that sent chills down his spine. It was unlike any sound he had ever heard, primal, eerie, and filled with an inexplicable sense of dread. He brushed it off as a wild animal and continued with his tasks. But over the following days, he noticed strange tracks around his property, large and clawed, unlike any animal he knew. Chapter 3. The Attack. The first attack came swiftly and without warning. Ethan woke in the middle of the night to the sound of something scratching at his door. Grabbing a flashlight, he cautiously approached, but when he opened the door, he found nothing. The next morning, however, he discovered deep gouges in the wood, and his livestock had been slaughtered, their bodies torn apart as if by a savage beast. Chapter 4. The village's secret Ethan decided to confront the villagers, demanding to know more about the creature. An old man named Thomas, who had lived in Black Hollow all his life, finally relented and told Ethan the full story. The beast was known as the Wendigo, a creature cursed by ancient dark magic. It was once a human who had been consumed by an insatiable hunger for flesh. The villagers had lived in fear of the Wendigo for generations, passing down stories and precautions to keep it at bay. Chapter 5. The research determined to end the terror, Ethan began researching the Wendigo. He pored over old books, consulted folklore experts, and even ventured into the deeper parts of the forest to find clues. He learned that the Wendigo was nearly invincible, its only weakness being fire, and that it could only be killed by piercing its heart with a weapon blessed by a shaman. Chapter 6. The shaman Ethan's search led him to an old shaman who lived in the mountains. The shaman, a reclusive figure, agreed to help, but warned Ethan of the dangers. He blessed an old silver dagger, imbuing it with protective charms, and warning Ethan that the Wendigo would not be an easy foe. Armed with the dagger and newfound knowledge, Ethan returned to Black Hollow, ready to face the beast. Chapter 7. The Trap. Ethan devised a plan to lure the Wendigo out of hiding. He spread rumors in the village, pretending to have left for a nearby town, hoping the creature would take the bait. That night, he stayed hidden in the forest, waiting for the Wendigo to appear. The moon was full, casting eerie shadows as the forest fell silent. Chapter 8. The Confrontation. The Wendigo emerged from the shadows, its glowing eyes scanning the surroundings. Ethan's heart pounded as he watched the creature approach his cottage. With a sudden burst of courage, he leaped from his hiding spot and attacked. The Wendigo was swift and powerful, but Ethan fought with desperation, knowing this was the only chance to save the village. Chapter 9. The final battle. The battle was fierce, with Ethan barely managing to avoid the Wendigo's claws and teeth. Using the knowledge he had gained, he set the creature on fire, weakening it. In the final, desperate moments, he plunged the blessed dagger into the Wendigo's heart. The creature let out a blood-curdling scream, its body convulsing before finally collapsing. Epilogue. With the Wendigo defeated, the village of Black Hollow was safe once more. The villagers hailed Ethan as a hero, grateful for his bravery. The old shaman visited the village, performing a ritual to cleanse the land of the dark magic that had plagued it for so long. Ethan, though scarred by the experience, found a new sense of purpose and belonging in Black Hollow. The forest, once a place of fear, became a symbol of resilience and hope. But even as the village moved on, whispers of other dark creatures lurking in the shadows reminded them that the world was full of mysteries and dangers yet to be uncovered.